What's up, Minecrafters? KC here, and welcome to episode 38 of my Let's Play series for Minecraft Pocket Edition. During the last episode, I built this small pumpkin farm, and I've been collecting the pumpkins from it, and I have collected quite a few. But as I was doing that, I was trying to figure out how I wanted to finish building this room to make it a little more decorative, make it look a bit nicer. Trying to decide what theme I wanted to use. So I had a few ideas, things that I wanted to try today to see how they look. And I'm going to start with some lighting. And I decided that I would use pumpkins to create jack-o'-lanterns to light this room. And I'm going to place those right along the top here. But I'm going to do something just a little bit different. I'm going to actually have those pumpkins or jack-o'-lanterns kind of recessed back in that area. So I'm going to just carve that section out, and I'm going to cut back into the wall 2 deep and place my pumpkin a little back further. So I've dug back 2 deep there, and the next thing that I need to do is to actually make some jack-o'-lanterns. So to do that, I'll take some of the pumpkins that I've harvested and combine that with a torch to produce the jack-o'-lantern. And jack-o'-lanterns have a pretty high light level. In fact, I think it's the highest light level available in Minecraft, a light level of 15, which would be more than a torch, and so I expect that to provide some nice lighting in this room. And I'm placing these pumpkins so that the face of the pumpkin does not face outward. So if I look towards the jack-o'-lantern there, I don't see the jack-o'-lantern face because that's not what I want to have as part of my design. And so by sort of facing that direction as I place the pumpkins, you can see, for example, how that one has placed the wrong direction. I don't want it facing out that way. I do want to try to get that one back. But I want the face there, again, away from the observer. So if you stand just a little farther away, you should be able to tap there against that back wall, similar to placing stairs, I would say, and have that pumpkin sort of face the direction that you tap. So I think that looks pretty nice. Again, that lighting is a little bit recessed. I'm going to remove these 2 dirt blocks because I really don't want those visible. I'm going to replace that with, I think, smooth stone. I think I'm going to leave the top there smooth stone, and I do have some of that in a chest here. I've tried to gather all the materials that I'm going to need, and hopefully I have everything. So I'm just going to place those smooth stone blocks back. And then what I thought I might try, just to see how this works and how it looks, is to use some stone slabs to kind of hide part of the pumpkin. So I believe that this will still let out enough light into my room, but it gives it a little more of a decorative look. So you're not seeing the full pumpkin, but there is, again, still quite a bit of light coming out from those pumpkins into the room. So I'm going to do that sort of all around my room, certainly on the 2 sides and the back. And again, I think that will provide enough lighting for this room to not really require me to use torches. So I should be able to place a pumpkin. Let's see, I'll need to cut back a little bit further there. And I'm having to stand on dirt blocks just to be able to sort of get into the areas that I need access to. So let's see if I place a pumpkin there, and then start coming along this back wall. Again, that pumpkin has placed in the wrong direction. I don't want that pumpkin facing outward. And again, I'm going to go collect that because that is valuable to me. Then I'm just going to remove the material across this back wall and see if I can place pumpkins there. So there's a full row. Then I'm just going to replace those and then again place my stone slabs across the top. So I think that looks nice. This is not anything that I've done before, and I wasn't sure exactly how it was going to look, but so far I think I like it. So I'll do this one more side here, and then I think that will be it as far as the pumpkins around the top. And these pumpkins have been growing pretty quickly. You can see just while I've been working here, several more have grown. I think I need to remove just a couple more blocks here. No, that should be okay. And it may be easier for me just to sort of walk along here. But to get this pumpkin to place properly, I think I need to be a little further away. That looks better. And I think I'll just go ahead and remove this row of blocks here as well, because I'm not sure that I'm going to leave the walls as they are as smooth stone. I want to do something a little more decorative than that. I've run into gravel here. Sometimes I get frustrated with gravel just because of the big spaces that it creates. But gravel has its uses as well. Certainly you can use it to make different patterns. Let's see, I think I'm going to have to replace this just to get those blocks to place properly. And I think I can use dirt. I don't think that's going to be visible once I begin building my walls. But you cannot place a jack-o'-lantern without there being a block below it. I think I'll fill this back in with smooth stone. And now I can place my stone slabs across this wall. So I think that looks nice. And again, I believe that's going to provide plenty of lighting to this room. Even though I've covered half of the jack-o'-lantern, there's still quite a bit of light coming out from that. So let me just remove this scaffolding that I created. And next I'm going to begin working on the walls, make the walls look a little bit nicer. And I think I'm also going to want some chests in this room so that I can gather the pumpkins and place them in chests. And then maybe also have the ability to make jack-o'-lanterns and have those stored here as well. So I think I'm going to use a couple of different materials for the walls. I have some cobblestone, And I also have some stone bricks. So I'm going to see what kind of pattern that I can create with those. Sort of mixing them up a little bit. So let's see, what if I used stone bricks across the top, because that would match my stone slabs. And then maybe in this next row I might use a different type of material. Maybe here I'll try to use the cobblestone and see how that looks. And then maybe I'll go back to the stone bricks along the bottom of the wall there. And as I remove these, you can see my water flowing. And the reason why I did that was so that I could irrigate my farmland here where the pumpkins are growing. But I'm going to cover that back up again with these stone bricks. And now that I think about it, I might try to do something different with the way that I'm providing water for irrigation. Let me harvest some of these pumpkins. They actually grow pretty quickly. But I'm just wondering what I might do differently here to provide some water. So one of the things that I had done in a different area of my world was that I created what looked like a wall of water, maybe like a fountain flowing. Maybe I'll try that as well. I have a couple of water buckets here. But if I place those in those two blocks that I just removed, let me first place a block here and place a block here. Actually, I have those backwards. Let me try something different. Really what I want is, let's see, I want cobblestone there, and then the stone bricks on the bottom. So I think that looks pretty nice. Then I'm going to place my water back in this area. And so that's now flowing down into my water channel, which will irrigate my farm. And I think it might look nice if I use some iron bars. Oh, I do have some iron bars here. So I'm going to try to place iron bars there and see how that looks. Almost like a fence or a grate. Maybe I'll remove these two blocks. So that looks like the water is flowing maybe from a water source back in the wall. So I think that looks nice. And it might look good as well if I remove these two dirt blocks so that the light from the pumpkins can shine down into that water. Yeah, I like the way that looks. So now that I've done that, I can remove this water source block that I was using before. So the water is flowing out of the fountain and then down into the water channel below. Again, that's keeping that farmland irrigated. So that looks nice. I like the way that looks. I do think I'm going to go ahead and do my light source here with jack-o'-lanterns as well. and then do my same wall pattern here. So I think that looks nice. And maybe just for a last bit of detail, I really don't need these torches for lighting, but maybe I'll place them on the wall just, again, for decorations. So I think that looks good, and I think I'll do the same thing here on the other side. So let me harvest these pumpkins. And there doesn't seem to be any one tool that's better than the others for harvesting these. It seems like all the tools seem to harvest them at about the same rate. So I'll start by just removing all of these blocks that are making up the wall. And then I think my fountain goes here. And then I think I'll do something similar along the back wall, although I do want to have room for chests there. And I can remove, again, this water source block. And I'm going to place that, again, back in the wall to make my fountain. And place my cobblestone and my stone bricks. Let's see, I don't want those 2 stone bricks, but I want to place my water source. And I also removed those 2 blocks. So let's see if I can do that. And then place my iron bars. And remove these 2 blocks so that the water can flow. And then just complete the wall here. So I like the way the cobblestone looks. It breaks up the pattern so that the entire wall is just not made out of stone bricks. And place my torches again on this side. So everything seems to line up with the other wall that I created. Then on the back wall, again, I'm going to do something similar. So I'm going to remove that first layer of the back wall. And I'm going to place some chests back here. So I want to leave space for that. So let's start with the bricks. So that would leave me 3 spaces for chests. And I think I brought some chests with me. And what I would like to have is three single wide chests. And it took me a while to figure out exactly how to do that. And so what you do is, anytime you place chests beside each other, it wants to create a double wide chest. So for example, if I were to place a chest here, you can see how it creates that double wide chest. But then if I remove one side of that double wide chest, then again it creates a single wide chest. So if I do the same thing, I place a chest here and a chest here, then I can remove the left side, and now I have a single wide chest. So it took me a little while to figure out how to do that. I had seen that before in pictures or in other people's videos, and I was never quite sure how they did that. And it took me a little while to figure out, but that is how that works. And then I just need to finish this wall, but I think it might look nice to have some lighting behind these chests as well. So I I think I will use my jack-o'-lanterns for that as well. And again, I'm working to make sure that the face is not out where you can see it. So that will be nice to have some lighting coming from behind those chests. And then, so those chests can open, I'm going to need to use stairs on top of that. So let's see, I think I might have... Oh, I do. I have some cobblestone stairs. So I will place those upside down over top of those chests, and that will allow those chests to open. So from afar, you really can't tell that those are cobblestone stairs, but that does allow you to open the chest. And then maybe I will place a couple of torches back here as well. So I like the way that room has turned out. I think that looks nice. I need to replant a couple of my pumpkin seeds that popped off when when the water came out and washed over top of them. And I think I have some bone meal here that I can use on those seeds that I planted. So now I just need to decide what I want to do with my ceiling. I really don't want to leave it that stone material. And what I think I will do is use a pattern similar to what I used in my sheep farm. Let me start by just working across the center. And I'm going to place wood across the center so that it almost looks like a wooden beam. Maybe it's used for support or something like that. And I have some wood blocks that I can use. So I'll just come all the way across the room in this direction. And then maybe it would look nice as well to have a couple going across in the other direction. So I may do a couple of beams like this. So I'll do another one here close to the back. I think I came over 3. So that would go here. So that looks pretty nice. But another technique that I have used, and again I used it in my sheep farm area, was to remove this layer of stone and replace it with wooden half slabs. And what that looks like when you place it is that it allows the wood beams to extend a half block below those half slabs. So it gives a little bit of a more of a three-dimensional look. And then to sort of finish that off, if I have some wood stairs, which I do not, but I can make some. Oak stairs, that's what I want to make. So I can make a few of those, but I think I will use those oak stairs here. So that gives it a little bit of a finished look. It's covering up the stone that was there, and gives it another step, which again gives it a little more texture, having that pattern. So I think that looks nice. And I'll just finish out the ceiling that way. I really like the way those pumpkins look there across the ceiling. I think that looks nice, and it does seem to be putting out enough light to keep this room well lit. So that looks good. So I'll just finish out the other side here. Removing those blocks and then placing my stairs. I'm going to have to make some more stairs. And then place these stairs along the back wall as well. And you can see how it makes that automatic corner there. So yeah, I think that looks good. And then I'll complete my middle section. Place those stairs, place those slabs, and that should be it. So overall, I think this room looks nice. Again, I like the lighting. I like the fountain flowing. down into my water channel. Again, that's keeping my farmland irrigated. Need to replace this pumpkin plant as well. I think I have a little more bone meal so that I can finish that plant and have it ready to produce pumpkins. Then I can get rid of these torches because I certainly don't need those anymore for lighting. So yeah, I think that looks nice. I'm going to call this room complete. Well, with the exception of I might decide later to come back and do something different with the floor. I do have grass growing now into this area. So maybe once it gets to this point, I can place a dirt block here and then place dirt on the ground and have grass grow in. But I'm not sure yet that I want to do that. I want to see how I like this room with maybe just the stone floor, or maybe I could come back and replace that with some type of wood pattern. But at this point, I think I may just leave it the way it is. I like the way this room looks. I have plenty of chest space here to place my pumpkins and my jack-o'-lanterns. And maybe I'll place some torches in there as well, so I could very easily make jack-o'-lanterns after I harvest the pumpkins. But for now, at least, I'm going to call this room complete. So, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I've certainly enjoyed creating it. Again, I would like to say thank you to all of my viewers. I certainly appreciate you watching my videos. I hope you enjoy them. And I look forward to the next episode.